The Ukulele Review Podcast. Yo, check it 1, 2, babe.
Welcome back, and we have a amazing few hours of recording ahead of us, so I'm excited. We've got Craig and Sarah that are gonna come. We're also gonna be talking with Abe, who's also a podcaster in the ukulele world. And I was thinking about this thing that we've been doing here with the podcast and what it is, and it kind of took me back to my history. So I worked with my brother and my dad building kolau for about a decade, and then after started this thing. But at that time when I started, and a little bit after Music Guy Mike came and saw me and got started, and this ukulele setup that really for me and Mike at the time, and Joel was working for Music Guy Mike. This was over a decade ago. I mean, it put us on the map. Beyond, offering ukuleles to all these stores that at that time, this is before, NAM reports. This is like back when Music Guy Mike was selling Mim her first ukulele, so it's like, now it's like Sweetwater's talking about their, 64-point setup or whatever. And it's just, I feel like suddenly everything is like muddled with kind of this, okay, so you guys are doing a setup like everybody else, and but beyond us knowing, like, look, we have a team of guys. Like Billy's been a luthier for 30 plus years, and he full time just works on, your guys' ukuleles. But like beyond that, it's this thing that we're doing here, because it's like people can get the same products from a number of different people. So you have to like the people and want to support them. One of the key things that I think that we're able to do, being here in Hawaii and, doing this for as long as we've been doing, is to be able to try to capture people like Craig and Sarah and have these conversations with different people about the minutia of ukulele aspects and everything that goes around it,
It's kind of funny thinking about the type of bands that come through here to Hawaii. Like Hawaii gets left out with, some of the bigger names as far as overall high magnitude concert type, events and whatnot. We always get like, we're part of the U.S., but we're just way over there.
Or it's a stopover on the way to or from Japan.
But
we feel it as like music lovers. We're like,
come on, man.
You're checking the like tour dates.
When you think about the ukulele world, we are New York City or LA, like we are the hotbed for ukulele traffic, ukulele players. Right. We are in the hub of that.
This is where it comes through.
Kamaka's made here, Kanileo, it's like
this week, this month in general, there's just a hotbed of great players.
We've been noticing in the shop.
I was gonna say it feels like a smaller version of NAM in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Just everybody coming in and out.
Better version of NAM.
There you go. You just cut out the...
NAM has got his own craziness. But it's going to be fun. And we've been able to already connect with a number of people that are here, partially to perform or to witness the Ukulele Festival. I guess I'm just thinking, like, I'm grateful to the people who have supported us through all these years, but also to you guys, and the fact that we're able to keep doing this, and I don't know, sharing what we know something about, because it's like I don't really know that much about anything else.
So I think about that too. I remember being at Mike's in his house on his washing machine. My workbench was a folded bath towel over a washing machine, and his mom would scold us for getting steel wool in the lint trap of the dryer.
I would see it weekly, and
but
his mom yelling at him.
Yeah, I was like 17, and I remember thinking like, oh, this is a fad. There's like 4 years maybe. I got to figure something else out.
It's only going to be another 5 years, but I'll have something else figured out by then.
Every year is like, okay, I'm going to have to figure out something eventually. And then I was like, this isn't going away. It's getting bigger.
Yeah,
It's kinda
so
crazy.
it went in that direction, but it's like at the same time, it showed up in all the NAMM reports, and suddenly there's like 1 million companies making
Right.
ukuleles, and there's a gajillion
Is that
retailers
just,
selling
that's just like the
ukuleles,
sales
and
report?
suddenly,
and
like, there's
metrics and stuff?
distributors in all these countries where we were like, we actually supplied a lot internationally that then got kind of more covered as people picked up on like, hello, there's a lot of ukulele players here. Like the ukulele site's been sending them instruments, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's been great to be at the core of the ukulele movement. But at the same time, like, we still have to stay strong and be able to support this thing so that we can keep coming to you guys, doing this, bringing this. Otherwise, we won't be able to afford to, and scaling back into, you know, or we got to make sales. We can't think about, you know, just putting out good content that might be more creative than useful, is, you know, as far as our bottom dollar or any of that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to be able to continue to create and stuff, but
Well, this type of work is also like, you know, it's more on the fun side of calling something a job, because every job you do, you know, when you do it enough, you have to go through the same motions, and you do anything over and over again, sometimes it can get a little bit, you know, dull, just because you have to do the
Still
same
work.
thing. Right, still work. But then this, at least we have this like new feeling every time that we do this, and it just has a freshness, and you know, we're still learning.
all genuinely
everything.
excited about new products.
No, I mean, how
yeah.
excited did we all get with those double pickups, or
Yeah.
we get something new
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, check this out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
people are
something actually that I want to cover again today.
Yeah, we
because
got to
there's
go
so
over
many
some
questions,
of the details.
yeah.
But we learned some
there's-
after trying, you know.
Yeah. Let's bust out that mango one
Yeah.
and check it out. You know, I was thinking about like positive attributes of laminate. You know, I mean, we can think of the obvious ones, right? As far as less concern for the environment or humidity, especially. Although, you know, it's the same, like, wood glues will come loose in a hot car, and, you know, I mean, it's not like because it's laminate you don't have to care about it. But it's also like, it's kind of fun because it's like a lot of laminates, or at least some laminates, can sound really good, you know, and it kind of defies what people want to think that it has to be solid. Because I've heard solid instruments just be kind of overbuilt and choked up, you know. Like, there's some laminates, yeah, I would take over that one, you know, but I mean, we try to zero in with what we offer on the best solid wood instruments. But from time to time, there's a laminate that's like...
Or even like, I always like the way Kiwaya's laminates were. They do a really nice, tight but thin, so even though it's they're just super light, but they're also
resonant. And
yeah.
This is the Leolani that we showed you guys last week, but in a laminate mango.
So the first thing is this volume knob right here on the top. This volume knob only works when you have it plugged in, like you're going through an amp. So now if I turn the volume down, which is up towards me, if I go all the way down, you'll hear no effects acoustically or through the amp, because you're not going to get any effects acoustically when you're plugged in. All of the acoustic effects turn off while you're plugged in. But if I turn it just a little bit up, I should start hearing just a little bit from the amp. So there's a little bit coming through. Now as I go up, that's your full volume. So that's that's the first thing. So that wheel doesn't. It's not needed for acoustic effects because only the trans level, which is located inside of here. You need something a little bit smaller. Joel, what tip is that?
Phillips.
But is there a certain?
I mean, just the. I don't know what it is when you're using like the micro ones. I mean, if you had like a full-size screwdriver, maybe you could use the number 1 bit.
Because it comes with a tool. The Leolanis come with a tool, but that's more meant, I believe, for the top ones to like actually move it if need be. But I've put it in, and you can turn it with it, but it just feels a little bit.
It's
big.
a Phillips head, right? I mean,
yeah, it's just like
Phillips head.
No, it's just. You need something smaller though.
It's the shape
a
of
small
the
Phillips
bit
head.
too. Yeah, but like a medium-sized one.
My wife calls a star.
So right now it's on. So a thing to look for is this green light. So that'll tell you that it is on. The pickup is activated. The controls are working. So right now what I did was I turned the trans level all the way to the left, which is off. And this is basically like your master volume and your gain in a way because like I said, this volume knob only really works when you're plugged into the amp, which then that's now your new master gain. But you can still change the volume through your trans level. So here's how you do that. So here's your Phillips head screwdriver. Just be careful. You don't want to like dig in too much. Just find where it lines up and turn it. So right now that was about I think about halfway.
Wait, what are you doing with that?
So I just turned the trans level, which is basically your gain and your master in one acoustically anyways. So let's turn it all the way up.
So this must be the like a gain on the preamp kind of a dial.
Gain and master because that's your only volume level acoustically.
What do you?
Is that trans level?
Acoustically.
This volume doesn't work at all acoustically. Only when you.
Okay, so there's an internal speaker in there.
Right.
And the volume of that internal speaker is changed by the
trans level.
Trans level.
Yeah, which is that guy right there. But it's still. Well, I guess we'll find out because once I plug it in, I thought the trans level still worked as your master, so it wasn't just the acoustic. But that's where I guess we'll find out. So right now the trans level is at full volume.
Hit that feedback loop.
Okay, yeah, trans is only acoustic because now the volume is what's working.
Okay.
So this is for amp, trans is for acoustic.
What's the other adjustable knob thing there?
Tone.
Tone. Does that carry through to being plugged in? I mean,
I don't think so. Here, we'll check right here. Full tone. It should be less crispy if it's all the way down.
Crispy.
yeah.
But let's hear it acoustically though.
So I guess what we want you guys to understand is what this is it's a preamp that has effects built in that's connected to an under saddle pickup, but the preamp also has the ability to play the effects that are built into it even without plugging in acoustically through this. I don't know. Is how would you talk about this new technology, Joel?
It's an under saddle pickup, like most other ones, and then it has a mic built into the effects portion of it. with a speaker mounted in the back, so it still pulls kind of like the air pickup, both from the saddle vibration and also from just the acoustic sound coming out of the sound hole.
Interesting.
But you can't fade between them. It's just one sound. So it's almost like you're kind of forced to have a little bit of a blend between the two. But it sounds really cool, especially with that reverb and stuff, because it doesn't sound like, it sounds pretty natural, right? Like sometimes if it's just it can sound kind of sterile when you.
Yeah, like you can hear a room or something that has like an actual texture.
I think part of that comes because it has a mic to pick up some of the acoustic sound. If it was just under saddle, it might be a little different.
Hit mute on the amp. Oh, okay. Well, just try turn down the volume, and then back up so that people.
On here?
No.
On the amp.
Yeah, on the amp, because it's like what those sounds that you're getting, that this sound isn't going to surprise anybody coming through an amp, knowing that amps have effects and stuff like that. But yeah.
But it's controlled from here, so we can hear the relationship between acoustic.
Yeah.
And
it sounds exactly carried over. Oh, I like that almost feeding back sound.
It sounds like it's plugged in still, like from that point of view or from that.
What's the thing? Yeah, through the headphones right now, you can't really tell the difference.
I'm tripping that, it
also
it sounds like you were plugged in right there.
Yeah.
A thing to just keep in mind is because the speakers is attached to this back, this is your speaker for the effect. So if you have it right up against you and a lot of your body is touching it, you're going to be soaking up a lot of that effect, so it'll lose some of its overall, right? And then when I do this, like you can really hear it ring out. So I can stop almost all sound by just really snuggling up against my body, because now I'm basically just putting my hand over the speaker. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind when you do play with it.
I know it's not the right way to do it.
You control the effects with your belly.
I kind of want to put the speaker on the soundboard now. Just as an experiment, when we get them in, put with the speaker on the soundboard of like something with a really resonant top, and just see what it sounds like. Like stick it on a Romero or a Aloha or something.
There's no bass response with the built-in speaker. I think it would be pretty cool, but then that might give you more feedback.
Could be cool.
So, do you think it sounds better or just different as far as muting from your back?
Well, if you really want to hear the most out of the effect, I mean, it definitely sounds better without. But maybe if you kind of wanted to work it as like a dynamic thing that you have as far as when you start playing with it.
It almost sounded like you were controlling the feedback or...
like you're tilting towards and away from the amp.
Yeah.
Well, you're suffocating it. You're smothering it.
That's so cool. Whoa. It does. It's like the Tahitian style, how you can...
It's like a meat in the back.
Wow.
Hello!
Oh, Zach just found an extra effect. That's a bonus effect.
Hello!
Anybody out there?
Is anyone out there? Hello?
Help!
What's up, you
Just on a deserted
What's that
island.
male sounds.
Yeah.
Orchid.
Was it touching?
I said orchid.
Oh, see, I was muting it because I was touching the...
What'd you say about my mama? That's what
Anyways,
dolphins
you can do
sing
that kind of
somewhere.
stuff too. You know, you can sing it and have whale sounds and really be weird, but it's fun, man. It's definitely fun.
Corey, get in there and give us another.
Let me hear your whale sounds, bro.
Oh, drowning's a universal experience.
Hello.
It knows.
You're gonna make me go mad with your psychedelia. I think this might be bad for the youth of America.
Did you even delay, bro?
I think we should ban all Leolani, ban all double pickles. That sounded like it was fomenting dissent.
Ooh. That's the word of the podcast. Foment.
Is your belly touching the back at all?
Oh,
Are you purposely trying
That's
not
rude.
to touch?
no, I'm not. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's maxed.
See, pulled it off.
Don't you think we should have given one of those to Billy to string with Aho, Logi?
Yeah, like the cedar top one.
Yeah.
But I mean, these are how they come. But yeah, it's definitely probably.
I mean, it just adds a lot of richness. And
So you're saying Aquilas aren't rich?
I would definitely take the Aho low G set. Personally,
I can do it quietly while we're here.
see, it's because Joel didn't want me to. He's like, no, I got it. So then I asked him to work a camera angle by hand. Well, now he's like, no, I can do it all. I can do it all.
Is that the pawn shop?
No, it's this Groundation song.
That was cool. See, it's like you're being forced to play with a metronome. That's really good practice when you when you play with delay. Because you're working with a metronome.
It's cool though. A metronome is like always kind of scolding you, like no. Right back, right,
Hey, buddy.
Keep it together, bro.
But a delay is kind of just coaxing you towards the right rhythm.
Are you gonna get one, Corey?
Oh yeah,
Wait, just a pickup or the whole thing?
just a pickup. This is. It
What are you
sounds
gonna-
really good plugged into. That's why.
What are you gonna be play it with?
I'm gonna put it in a guitar when they have the guitar one.
Oh, you know what? They asked me if we wanted guitar units. So I should mention that we did order 40 units of this separately to be installed or sold separately. But
Oh, we haven't even installed one yet, huh?
I don't know. I think we might get them. I think they might be coming as more like OEM style, like installs. I'm not sure if they're going to be in the full-on
What does
packaging.
that mean, OEM?
That's like for manufacturers. So it's like it doesn't have all the retail packaging and stuff, you know.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I hear a.
I heard angels, and
I didn't know if it was the strings, like, you know how your fingers can.
Oh yeah, one of them were, I think it's fake Aquilas. Faquilas.
damn
Faquilas.
Hey, so speaking of, we had a meeting with the Diodario guy earlier today, and there's some pretty exciting stuff coming from Diodario. They actually are.
Hey, do you know if it's either Diodario or Diodario? Does it matter?
That's irrelevant.
Is it irrelevant? Tomato?
Daddario?
Well, to me,
Dario Daddario?
Just looking at that word kind of gives me anxiety. Like,
I don't know. I say
Dario is silent.
I say Diodario, but that's probably a southern stupid way.
he
Diodario.
didn't
Diodario.
He didn't like announce himself like I am blah 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 from.
He just kicked open the door. I am.
It was Kyle from. That was his name, right? Kyle. Yeah.
From Diodario.
From Diodario, and he's going to be working with us as well as Joel's got some projects going with some different string sets.
Oh.
But they're also going to be making, I guess, like the patent ran up for the Nile gut.
Yep. So
they're going to do an American Nile gut.
Right.
And
America.
It's interesting. The fact that they've retained it 100% in New York there, with their manufacturing,
Really?
packaging, the whole 9 yards.
It's not
Nothing
China?
is done overseas. Yeah.
No. It never was.
They got a whole facility there.
Wow.
Like, there's a little. If you go on YouTube, there's like a little 4 or 5 minute documentary on it. If you go on YouTube, which you already are, after you watch this, there's a video of the Diodario factory. It's pretty cool.
How do they say it on the video?
You know what? I don't know. I think I wasn't really paying attention.
Well, you guys don't have to leave us now to go check.
No, don't.
You just go back.
It's always there. It's not going anywhere. They've been here for hundreds of years. They're not going anywhere.
No,
All right. Hit pause and then get the proper pronunciation, and then tell us in the comments.
It's like we can't give people a hard time for mispronouncing Hawaiian words anymore.
I
it feels like they get stopped
I
in
never
their tracks.
do.
Nah,
Yeah.
me either.
It's like everybody can. It's communication, If we can understand what we're saying to each other.
I know what kulau is.
Sure. Yeah.
I know what a canelia is.
Mm-hmm.
Kamaker.
Kamaker. Kayla.
For you, Corey, when you get that system, you think you're gonna use much more than the verb, or
It's probably just gonna be all verb, unless.
here and there a delay thing?
Yeah.
So I'm tired of taking all the pictures. Just sick of it. So Zach started helping me. He pictured 7 of these mangoes yesterday, so at least we could have a front back to show you guys. Because
Yeah, and I want you to.
people always want to see what
review
they're
it.
gonna get when it comes to stuff, but it just I don't have enough time, but the more I can get Zach to start just picturing almost everything, you know. But
everything.
It's like a lot of stuff. It's the same. Like those cedar ebony models. Like they all look the same.
Yeah.
But then mango is just like
no.
all over the place every time. Even acacia or koa models are a lot more consistent than mango models, which is why we found
cool.
it's just better to picture them. What the hell is happening in my ears?
I'm thinking the future is gonna be something that's similar to that, but you can control the effects with your phone. So it'll just be like Bluetooth.
They don't have it?
I don't know. I mean, we didn't know this existed until last week.
Just because I'm not paying attention.
But that has to be the next step, right?
So it's like a Bluetooth preamp? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Like the next step, the next natural step in this acoustic effects, it's gonna be like get your phone out and then put in the app and then
like this will have updates and whatnot. Yeah.
Right. Then you just download the new patch of sounds or whatever.
It might already even. They might be incorporating that. I wouldn't doubt it.
All right, next week we're gonna.
No, like they might be introduce like different types of delays and different types of verbs or something like that, you know. And then you just USB it in, software update comes through, then you have more options.
Because there's already guitar pedals with that effect that you use your phone with, so.
Oh yeah?
Da, 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 da. Yeah.
Is that like Chariots of Fire?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Ooh, that is long.
Here, I'm gonna
Crossing the finish line. Slow motion.
What is that from? Like, what's the most famous?
Bruce Banner.
Once you start saturating it with effects, like strings are less relevant, huh? But it's still like definitely.
I think like in terms of sustain and everything, it can have a big difference. Like the amount of attack on each note and how long it sits there can make a lot of difference.
Ooh, that's so crystal clear though. I mean, like the note articulation compared to the Aquilas is a little bit better.
Sorry.
When you play stuff that fast, does it feel like you're scratching an itch? Like when you get it right, when you get it right, does it feel like you just scratched an itch?
Oh yeah, throughout the whole song, I have.
It's like when you
That's what dog's leg is going.
Like, oh, I did it.
I
like,
passed through all of that
part.
notes.
Like if I can do that correctly, that's.
It's amazing how the effects kind of let you get away with more, like
sure.
just kind of shrouded in mystery. But you can play high notes music like this and sound majestic with a laminate sub $400 instrument. So it's kind of defying in a way, you know? Acoustically.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that one specifically. I like that one. It looks cool.
Yeah.
We sold out of the cedar tops already, right?
Yeah, we picked up 18 of them only, seems like days ago. But we're getting more in a couple, like I think 3 weeks. We'll have more.
So, but we're gonna have these up online now.
The mangoes are going up within the, by the time you are watching this, go check the site. I'll be putting them up in serial specific or number specific, because they all look a little different and they're all pretty. But like wood bindings, like those are really nice aesthetics, because it's a whole lot easier to do plastic bindings. With wood bindings, you actually have to bend each of those pieces with heat and all that jazz. But it's a nice touch because it's got that natural look with the open pore satin semi-gloss kind of thing. What does Kaylee call that?
Tuxedo finish.
Why?
Because everything looks better in a tuxedo.
We brought bowls.
Congratulations.
We're so excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, for the baby. I thought you were talking about my dream lens.
Oh yeah, so he got a new lens. You guys will have to discuss.
Yes, we will.
I saw the Canon